Good afternoon, namaskar, adab, and welcome to DPMI. Freedom is never dear at any price. It's the breath of life. What would a Freedom is never dear at any price. It's the breath of life. What would a man not pay for living? Said Mahatma Gandhi ji. Ladies and gentlemen, I, Dr. Halima Sadia, welcome you all to the quiz Proud to be an Indian, organized by DPMI Darbhanga. Today, we are celebrating Independence Day, and the depth of pride by any Indian when we look at the tricolor flags flying high in the sky on this day, that is a sight to behold. And today, we all have celebrated our 74th Independence Day. I wish you all a very happy and prosperous Independence Day. As today in the morning, our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji has inspired us by his speech, and he has given us a dream of Atmanirbhar Bharat, means self-dependent Bharat. How Bharat is going to be self-dependent? The only answer to this question is that when we are going to make our youth self-dependent, when we are going to give the dreams to our youth of this country. And today, DPMI Darbhanga has taken this initiative. DPMI Darbhanga is organizing this quiz, not only to bring the youth closer to their soil, closer to their country, but to make them more confident and to give them the courage to dream high and high. I am delighted to host this event. And along with me, my colleagues are going to take up you to a long and interesting journey where you will find that more than 300 students are going to participate in this interesting quiz, where they will be checked on their knowledge about the country, about the culture, about the heritage. Oh, let me share this. Today in the morning, I have also celebrated Independence Day. And it was nice because in my apartment at Silver City, Noida, we all have hoisted the flag, and then we all have, together we have sung the national anthem. But yes, we have maintained social distancing, and everybody was covered with the mask. So because nowadays it is advised that we should always do this. And I hope that you all must have done this. See, DPMI Darbhanga is an institution, and it is one of the institutions that comes under Delhi Paramedical Management Institute. It is supported by PMTS of India. The Educational Institute is registered under SR Act 1860, Section 21, and it offers paramedical programs in medical lab technology, electrocardiogram technology, optometry, medical nursing assistance, and dialysis and optometry. And there are many, many courses offered by DPMI. 43 courses in 6 streams. As far as DPMI Darbhanga is concerned, DPMI Darbhanga is one of the institutions of DPMI Delhi, and they ensure 95% placement rate, 50 plus skill centers, 50,000 students are placed so far, 500 employment partners, and 100 plus approved programs, and 105 academic staff. And this DPMI Darbhanga works under the leadership of Janab Mohammad Ahmad Ali Sahab, along with a few more like-minded people, and they are doing a great job. I must congratulate DPMI Darbhanga for organizing such an event, that's going to help the
Yes.
and this DPMI. See, this quiz is named on the name of late Shri Kedar Narayan Singh. He is one of the freedom fighters, and we, the people of Bihar, are very proud of him, and we feel honored to be associated with him. And in this way, we are going to pay tribute on this auspicious day to this great personality. Today, in this event, we are fortunate to have Dr. Mohammad Akhtar Siddiqui Sahab as chief guest, and he is the keynote speaker, and he is going to address us in a while. And we are honored to have Dr. Razi Haider Ujala Sahab as guest of honor. And we have Mr. Mohammad Raihan, who is one of the panelists, and he is a historian and HOD at Hamdard Public School and a very senior faculty. We have Mr. Yasir from UK, United Kingdom. He is scientist at Kent University. And we have two young girls with us, Maryam Fatima and Maryam Siddiqui. Both are the students at Jamia Millia Islamia, and both have volunteered to be the scorer and the timekeeper for this event. We are also honored to have the son of Shri Late Kedar Narayan Singh ji. His son is a doctor, and not only he is a doctor, you know, you will find many doctors in the city or in the country, but what makes him distinguished is that Dr. AP Singh ji is a philanthropist, and he is always, you will find him in participating in the charitable activities and in the social activities. So it's really a great honor that our son is present in the quiz, which is named after his late father, Shri Kedar Narayan Singh. On behalf of DPMI, I welcome you all. And let me just say a few words about myself and about my activities. I am Dr. Halima Sadia, and I am founder principal of DPS Ajman. And recently I am based in Delhi, and I am running Jahaneman, a YouTube channel. And through this channel, we are trying to motivate the young minds, and we are trying to educate the people. And this channel serves the community. It is a community channel where we present the programs for the teachers, for the students, for the parents, and for the general public. And we organize lots of competitions. Like recently we have organized riddle competition, me and mom quiz competition, patriotic song competition, Mere Desh Ki Mitti. Under this we have organized gardening competition and agriculture competition. So Jahaneman is associating with the DPMI to conduct this event. And I request you all to kindly watch Jahaneman if you want to really participate in such competitions that is helpful for you and for your child. So my dear audience, whosoever is watching this program, and my dear students, once again, I welcome you all. And without taking much of your time, I must request our honorable chief guest for the day, Janab Professor Akhtar Siddiqui Sahab. Professor Akhtar Siddiqui Sahab is a former chairperson of NCTE, National Council of Teachers Education, under MHRD. And he is the former chairperson NCT Review Committee, and he has done DES from University of Leeds, UK, and he holds PhD from Jamia Millia Islamia, and he has served as professor of education in Faculty of Education, Jamia Millia Islamia. He has served as professor and dean, professor and director, and under his supervision, 26 scholars have completed their PhD in education, and he is a member of all prestigious educational institutions. And today, if he has spared his valuable time, we should be grateful to him, because he is such a great personality and a name in the field of education. We all know that nowadays for teacher selection, that eligibility test is compulsory. But do you know that who has initiated this? Earlier, you know, teachers used to do just B.Ed. They completed B.Ed, and B.Ed was the entry degree. And with B.Ed, they used to get the job. But it was Professor Akhtar Siddiqui Sahab who has introduced this, because there was variety of B.Ed colleges, and some were doing justice while others were not doing justice with the with their degree. And in this way, the education of our country was not in the safer hands. So that's why Professor Akhtar Siddiqui Sahab, when he was a chairperson of NCTE, he has initiated this, that there should be eligibility test for the teachers as well. So with due regards and respect, I request Professor Akhtar Siddiqui Sahab to kindly unmute himself and say a few words. But before that, I think it will be better if I can announce the code for the quiz. So the participants who are eagerly waiting to participate, and those who are watching this program, and they must be eager that they should get the code of the quiz. So I'll just take 2 minutes time so that I can give them the code. And then after that, we are going to listen to Professor Akhtar Siddiqui Sahab's golden words. So I request you to kindly give me just 2 seconds. So there are 50 questions in this written quiz, because this is the qualifying quiz. And out of these 50 questions, they are supposed to do all the questions. These are multiple choice questions. And to do these 50 questions, they will be given 25 minutes, because each question will take 30 seconds time approximately. And then on the basis of this quiz, they are going to be selected. Top 20 are going to be selected, and then they will play the quiz live here in Zoom. So I think all the participants are aware the rules and regulations. You are supposed to have quizzes app. And if you don't have the quizzes app, then also you don't worry. You can just join myquiz.com. You can go and Google joinmyquiz.com. And there you are supposed to fill this code 146314. This is your code. And then you can enter in this quiz, and then you can start playing. And I request Mr. Farooq uh, to kindly share this code in the WhatsApp group as well, and in the chat also, so that the participants should not feel any problem while attempting this quiz. The code is 146314. Yes, so now may I request Professor Akhtar Siddiqui Sahab to kindly join me here on the screen and share with us his golden words. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you? Sir, please unmute yourself.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Now you are audible, sir.
Okay. First of all, Assalamu alaikum. A very good afternoon to all the participants of this very, very important quiz and the organizers of the quiz. I must congratulate the DPMI and all the associates of the DPMI for having organized this quiz on such an important theme on proud to be an Indian. I think everybody today needs to think and introspect as to why I'm a proud Indian. But before that, let me share the greetings of the day. I want to congratulate to all of the participants and who are there in this quiz competition of the platform. Very happy Independence Day on the occasion of the 74th Independence Day of this great country, Bharat, India. I must also thank Dr. Halima Sadia Saiba, who's certainly a very dynamic, very active educational activist, education promoter, and highly motivating personality in the field of education. I'm happy for whatever reasons She has landed back in Delhi, in India, and right away she has started serving the nation, serving the community, particularly serving the weaker sections of the society. My best wishes for all her endeavors. And today's event is a part of her such endeavors. She untiringly continues to undertake. Uh, my dua and best wishes for good health and success in all her endeavors. Friends, as rightly introduced by Dr. Halima Sadia, that basically I have been a teacher for quite some time in Jamia Millia Islamia. Being the director of Academic Staff College or chairman of the National Council for Teacher Education was only an extension of the role of the teacher, which I had been occupying for almost 4 decades. And that was really my good fortune that I was in this noble profession of teaching and was associated with the policy making for teachers, for teacher education. When we think about an Indian, that is an Indian citizen, and particularly when we talk about being proud of being a citizen of a particular country, what comes to our mind? How do we justify to people sitting in other parts of the world that yes, I'm a proud Indian? Why I should be proud uh, uh, on my country, on my association with my country, on my citizenship of India? So we will have to highlight at that point of time before all others, what are the strengths of this great nation? What are the qualities of this great nation? You all know that India is a very, very great nation having a very rich, long history spread, which spreads over millennia, thousands of years. So it has a very long tradition. It is a very long past of rich culture, where people have been living together, where people have been discovering nature, where people inventing things, where people have been creating knowledge, where people have been developing, contributing to the development of the civilization of the world. So it has a very, very long history, which we can say, uh, we call it in historical terms, ancient Indian history, and then medieval Indian history, and then the modern Indian history. Every phase of history of India has been very rich, has been very strong, and has been one after the other strengthening the Indian civilization and Indian traditions and Indian culture. And therefore, and thousands of examples may be given from that great long history and culture of India, of the country, which can vouch for the fact that yes, India has been a great nation and it is a great nation, and it is thriving as a great nation, and it is participating in the development of the whole world in the global development uh, by contributing uh, through its human beings, through its knowledge, through its inventions, through its creations, through its services, through its products, and in every way. Uh, uh, One of the very, very important characteristics of uh, India, as we are now free after independence 74 years ago in 1947, has been that Indians gave themselves a very, very strong constitution, a written, strong constitution. And the fundamental characteristic of this constitution, which governs the whole country, which governs every citizen, which governs all institutions and spheres of life in this country, is that it subscribes to the fundamental values of democracy, socialism, secularism, and it guarantees fundamental rights of all all the citizens of the country. Now, the fundamental values of the Constitution, of democracy, of socialism, secularism, sovereignty, they are something very important, which make us as Indians very strong from inside. We feel very confident, we feel empowered, we feel that yes, we are being treated equally in this great nation, equally in every sphere of life. Equally means equally in economic field, in social field, in cultural field, in educational field, in every sphere of life. We are not being discriminated as has been guaranteed in the Indian Constitution. The fundamental value of the long history of India is that it has been a diverse society, and it has been respecting diversity. It has been practicing justice. Constitution has reinforced those values, and it says that every individual in the Indian society will be treated equally and will be given equal opportunity to develop, equal opportunity in economic, in civic, in political, in educational arenas, and therefore there will be no discrimination. Number of provisions of the Constitution of India guarantee fundamental rights of the individuals. Uh, and this value of equality is also supplemented by social justice. So India is a nation where we guarantee for every citizen that yes, equality of opportunity will be given and everybody will be given social justice. Equity will be practiced over here and is being done every now and then. The law is being enforced, the constitution and supplementary laws are being implemented in letter and spirit. One can always say that, yeah, we find occasionally examples of discrimination, example of injustice, examples of, say, uh, priority being given to some people over the others. Now, these are the aberrations which, in a large nation like India, of more than 130 crore people, may happen. One should try to understand that democracy is said to be a work in progress. It continuously evolves. It keeps continuously developing. And the reason why we say that democracy is a work in progress is that we uh, have also inherited certain hierarchies in the society, not only in India, across the world, every society has certain long established hierarchies based on gender, based on color, based on region, based on caste, based on religion, etc. So there may be hierarchies. There are hierarchies even in the developed nations, which are so-called advanced countries, Western countries, hierarchies are still existing over there, despite their and our efforts to uh, remove the baneful effects of those hierarchies. So it is a continuous process where we continuously try to empower people. We continuously try to ensure that no discrimination takes place. Still, there is a kind of discrimination based on all these hierarchies, then remedial measures are always taken. But the important thing is that everybody in India, why we are proud of being a nation, is given equal chance. Now you know it very well that even for education, education has been given the status of a fundamental right after the Right to Education Act of 2009. So now, at least up to elementary level, as per the Act, every individual has an entitlement for education. The present government, under the leadership of Shri Narendra Modi ji, uh, has brought out the new education policy, National Education Policy 2020, which promises that this right to education to children will be extended to up to the age of 18 years, up to the a standard of 12 years. It's a very good news. It's a very good decision on the part of the government. So the idea is that we want to ensure that every individual, whatever be his background, whatever be his religious, linguistic, caste, uh, regional background, he will be given equal opportunity to acquire education up to the school level, senior secondary school, higher secondary school level. Why do we emphasize so much on education? Why I'm talking about education so much? You must know that in today's world, if you want to make democracy effective, successful, you want to make people socially, politically, economically empowered, then education is the main instrument for all these kinds of empowerment. If you empower people educationally, then they will be able to take full advantage of the opportunities which are available in the society, which are available in the political arena, in the economic field, in the social, cultural arenas. Why do we say that if you empower people educationally? Educational empowerment, please remember, does not mean that it equips the individual citizen with certain productive skills, which will help them in employing themselves in gainful activities, in income generating activity. That's a very limited concept of education. Education, in fact, is the development of the whole personality of the individual. Education is that which unearths, unfolds whatever talents are there in the individual and allows the individual to uh, uh, groom, to develop those abilities which are hidden in him. So in her. So education is something which tries to capitalize on the talents of the individuals, develop the mind of the individual,
You are
develop the
without me, right?
attitude of the individual, develop values of the individual, develop his social cultural orientation, and make him a creative and innovative, humane individual. Uh, uh, Such a person who is equipped with all those values, besides the productive skills, will be considered as a very, very good, successful, responsible citizen of the country. So, education uh, system has to ensure this, and it has been ensuring this since independence. That it is developing the character of the individual, it is building democratic ideals in the individual, it is inculcating various skills and equipping individuals with useful knowledge, also trying to develop the individual's total wholesome personality, as has been expressed by Mahatma Gandhi in her ideas. Uh, the education policy, the 2020 policy, is talking about equity. India has all kinds of disparities. It has, you can say, class disparity, it has cultural disparity, social disparity, regional disparity. Particularly, economic disparity is very, very, very important and very significant. Uh, Education policy talks about narrowing down that disparity through the medium of education by way of improving the quality of education, reach of education, and by way of spreading education among the masses up to the higher education level. Uh, I would like to say that this education system since ages has produced luminaries in the society. Uh, just to take a few names, for example, Swami Vivekananda, Rabindranath Tagore, Mahatma Gandhi. They are all the products of this country. They are the products of the education system of this country. They are the people of this culture. But they have created a niche for themselves in the politics, in the social and cultural arena of the world, in literature, in politics, in philosophy, in everything. There are a large number of people who have contributed in their own different fields in uh, in the world. Uh, we have Nobel laureates created, produced by the society. We have scientists. We have, say, for example, Amartya Sen, who gave the world the theory of welfare economics, which is very, very important. And on that basis, he was awarded Nobel Prize. Uh, uh, Likewise, Rabindranath Tagore was awarded Nobel Prize for his contribution in literature. So we have people who have strengthened the Indian culture, who have strengthened Indian knowledge treasure, who have strengthened Indian society, Indian social system, Indian economic system, Indian political system, and therefore India must be considered, or us as citizens of India, as a great country. And this process of contribution in newer fields by Indian people, Indian scientists, is continuing. You know, a large number of people who have been educated from Indian universities, Indian colleges, Indian institutes, IIT, etc. They are immediately absorbed in many internationally renowned laboratories and organizations across the world. Why? Because we are producing quality scientists, we are producing quality technocrats, we are producing high quality uh, human resources, and therefore they are immediately accepted. So that vouches for the fact that the quality of education in India is very good. But the thing is that quality of education is a term which does not exist in islands, the patchy islands across the nation. Quality of education is the right of every learner. So it should not be the privilege of few people to have quality education and for the rest to have poor quality education, which does not lead to anywhere for them. So unless we ensure that quality education is available to every individual, perhaps the task of educational empowerment, through educational empowerment, their political, their cultural, their social, economic empowerment will remain incomplete. Uh, uh, for that, I think not only we require strengthening of our education system, we perhaps require inculcation of variety of values among our learners, among our future citizens. Uh, the people who are sitting in this quiz, they are all young people, they are all adults, they are all citizens of the country. I'm sure they have been subject to a kind of education uh, which has made them really not only learned scholars in their own respective fields, it has helped in becoming them good, humane Indians. Why I'm emphasizing that today across the world, uh, because of the rise of materialism, the uh, human values are at the receiving end. And because of that reason, people have become very selfish, people have become very, very greedy, materialistic, and therefore, uh, though there are uh, principles of equality, principles of justice, principles of compassion, principles of cooperation, but still people fend for themselves. They try to support themselves in their own families, try to increase their wealth, their power, and leaving other people. So injustices are done to other people when people become, they are not humane, they are self-centered, they are selfish, uh, and therefore others suffer. I think there are a number of people we come across who indulge in this kind of greediness, but at the end of the day, they realize that all this was wrong because all this was being done at the cost of love, it was being done at the cost of peace of their mind, at the cost of their happiness. For example, you might be aware, Steve Jobs was a very famous person in the IT industry and a very wealthy person who is no more. Uh, Before his death, he issued a statement from his deathbed that today I realize that whatever I earned, this wealth, huge wealth, was of no use because this was done at the cost of my relationships. So he stressed for the youth of the world that please don't compromise on your relationships, don't compromise on the time which is meant for your loved ones, don't compromise on the people who are weak in the society, who need your help, who need your support. So there are a number of people who stress. Uh, you know, uh, Even Swami Vivekananda, when he decided to shun these worldly affairs, worldly luxuries, worldly comforts, he and devoted his life, his entire life, for the cause of promotion of peace and justice in among the human beings, and for the good of the humanity, for the betterment of humanity. Uh, so, and I think one of these great Indians, particularly Mahatma Gandhi, said that uh, being human is not that important than being humane. What is this? Today we need people to be humane, to be loving, to be caring for others, to be compassionate, to have empathy with others. Recently, you might have observed after the unfortunate spread of the pandemic, when lockdown was announced, when people were suffering because of non-availability of economic opportunities, when people were migrating uh, to their own places, we witnessed large number of people from within the country coming forward to help all these people who were in need of us. What is that? That is because of the humane qualities. They are being humane to others. Now, these qualities have to be, in fact, promoted as much as possible in every nook and corner of the country, in every Indian citizen. I think that is the need of the hour, to spread love rather than to spread hatred. It is said that, somebody said it, that love strengthens our personality. Love strengthens our psyche. Love strengthens our confidence. Love strengthens our capacity to perform better. Contrariwise, hatred, in fact, counteracts. It becomes counterproductive. It adversely affects our peaceful state of mind, our happiness, our productivity, and therefore, on the whole, it makes us as individuals suffer. And on the whole, if we collect that suffering at the national level, makes the nation also suffer. That is, it adversely affects the development of the nation also. So, as has been promised in the National Policy on Education 2020, that value inculcation, character building of the individual will be focused. It's a very, very welcome uh, highlight of the new education policy 2020. And we hope that through the new curriculum formulations and through the new structure of education which has been introduced by this national education policy, and through the reorientation of the teachers and the entire education system, these values will be focused. Today, there is a need that our education system should, and this has been emphasized in the education policy also, should make our youth critically thinking individuals who can take rational decisions, who are not carried away by hearsay, who uh, whose rational faculties are fully developed, and they Take, say for example, even technology, take any practices, take any knowledge, take any proposition in the society with a critical look. So they must be able to critique everything. They must be able to think critically about it, decide for themselves logically or rationally what is right, what is wrong, what goes in favor of them and the nation, then the community, as individual, as a community, as a nation, as a global community, and then take a decision to follow that practice, to follow that practice. Critical thinking abilities have to be developed in our education system, which is uh, many steps above the uh, memory-based learning, rote learning, merely skill-based learning. Then only perhaps they will be able to solve their day-to-day problems successfully, effectively, and then only perhaps they will be able to improve their own conditions, their own family conditions, and the conditions of the communities around them, and contribute very significantly in the national development. Uh, Ours is a very, very huge education system, massive education system. And we are proud of the fact that we have been organizing this massive education system successfully with the lakhs of schools and colleges, crores of students at different levels of education very successfully uh, for, for decades together, and rather for centuries together. In fact, in the past also, as has been borne out by a number of committees and commissions before independence, that every village had a school. On every 100 people, there was a school. Of course, those schools were our traditional schools, whether these were Pathshala or these were TOS, Gurukuls, or these were madrasas or maktabs. But that shows, and we are not saying that the foreign rulers, the British rulers, they conducted certain survey. They said that they have found out that such a large network of schools were available, were present over here. That shows that Indians, right from the beginning, were uh, in touch with knowledge creation, in touch with knowledge generation, and in touch with knowledge uh, inculcation. That is a very well established tradition of education in our country that has, in fact, further been developed after independence uh, in a very, very systematic manner on a very large scale on modern scientific lines. And therefore, our education system is one of the very, very strong, mature, and uh, quality education system in the world, of course. Uh, every education system continuously needs refinement, and ours is also continuously refining. Every country always reviews, revisits its own education systems, curricula, structure, depending upon the emerging needs and the developments across the world. We are also doing that, and we have been doing it successfully over the decades, and the results are before us, that in the form of a large number of able people which are being produced by the country. Uh, I would like to conclude here. Uh, you have rightly chosen this topic of I'm a proud Indian. Yes, I'm a proud Indian. I'm a proud citizen of India, proud to be an Indian because I belong to a nation which is highly progressive, which is democratic, believes in democratic rights, which believes in equality, which gives everybody an opportunity to come forward, to grow, to develop. And that kind of freedom is there. Some examples of the products of this great nation, ideal people, I would say. Among the politicians, I can say, I would quote the example of, say, Dr. Radhakrishnan, a philosopher, a great philosopher of his time. and he was head of the state also. I would give the example of, say, for example, Lal Bahadur Shastri, an ideal prime minister, ideal politician, political administrator of the country. You might have heard many stories about his humility, his simplicity, his honesty, and his dedication to the cause of India. I would take the name of, say, for example, APJ Abul Kalam, who again was a very successful scientist and contributed in the development of, say, for example, the missile technology. And he was a great educator. He constantly, when he was the president of India and when he relinquished the chair of president of India, continuously he kept encouraging people, motivating young persons to become educational thinkers, scientific thinkers, be creative, be innovative. And there are umpteen number of such names, but I think because of paucity of time, may not be able to continue. I would like to conclude my brief talk with the message for all Indians, particularly those who are in the field of education, that please, in whatever field you are, try to achieve excellence. Now, excellence is not an static phenomenon. In today's competitive world, you won't be able to survive. This world is changing very fast. Every now and then, these skill sets are changing. Knowledge is expanding exponentially in leaps and bounds. So try to be excellent in whatever field you are so that you become indispensable, and try to, as has been stressed by many experts in education, try to be a lifelong learner. If you are not a lifelong learner, then perhaps the system will throw you out very soon, because things are becoming obsolete. Technology is becoming obsolete very quickly. And if you are a lifelong learner, if you are a self-educator, then perhaps you keep yourself updating and updating with perfection. That is the need of the hour. In whatever field you are, try to perfect yourself in order to be successful, and try to be humane. Try to practice love. Try to practice compassion. Try to practice and try to feel the pain of those who are not as fortunate as you are. There are still a number of people who don't have that much of facilities that you have, as you have, don't that kind of those kind of comforts. Try to feel the pain and share their pain. That will give you a lot of satisfaction and happiness, and of course success in this and the other life also. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. It was really very motivating, inspiring, and especially when you talked about the need of the hour is the education should help build critically thinking individuals who are confident and rooted in good values. And India is a country, a vast country, where today we all are in the materialistic world and we are overlooking the values. Yes, sir, you are 100% correct. And India needs people like you, the people who have brought a revolution in the field of education. And I request my young friends who are participating in the quiz today and my other colleagues, the teachers and the professors and lecturers who are with us today, that we all must practice values wherever we are. Either we are in the institute or a school or a college or a university, we as teachers should not forget our responsibility of practicing values. Let the world go in the materialistic world, but we as teachers, as professors, have to understand our responsibility, because we are the nation builders and we give the directions to the society and the community. So thank you very much, sir. And DPMI Darbhanga and Jahaneman both express their gratitude to you. And please accept our token of love and gratitude to you. The memento will reach to your residence soon. But today, since this is the virtual program, so sir, please accept this virtual memento from all of us.
Thank you
Very
very
much,
much.
sir. Thank you very much, sir. And if you have time, sir, I request you if you can be with us for some more time. So it will be an honor for us. And
Okay.
it's up to you, sir. So,
Okay.
dear people, dear friends, dear brother and sisters, now 50 questions by 250 students have already been done, and I'm going to show you their result. See, these are the participants. There were 250 participants who have attempted this quiz. And I'm very sorry for those who could not connect, because I received 2-3 calls in between. Our young friends were saying that, ma'am, we are unable to connect and we are unable to attempt this quiz and play this quiz. So my sincere apologies to them. Because due to technology issues, maybe they are not able to do. But anyways, there is always next time. So they can participate next time. So we can see here that Nisha Kumari is on the top. And then after that, we have Sunny Singh, and then Ayush Jha, then Faiz Fauzan, then Samira Safian, and then after that, we have Sumit Ji, Lalit Kumar Yadav, Nitin Kumar, Sadiq Arman, Nafisa Tarannum, Mohammad Ehtesham, Mohammad Kamran, Kumari Asitha, Prince Kumar, Sajid, Tahreem Javed, Montazir, Nishi Sharma, Rishal Pandey, and Ajit Anand. These are top 20 who are going to join us on Zoom, so that they can be asked question face to face. And rest all others can watch this on YouTube, so that they can see that who is the fortunate one who is going to win. And first prize is 3,000 rupees, second prize is 2,000 rupees, and third prize is 1,000 rupees, along with memento and certificates. Certificates of participation will be given to all those who have scored 50% and above. So if you have scored 50% and above mark, then naturally you are going to get certificate. Otherwise, if your knowledge about your country is less than 50%, then naturally nobody is going to award you for this. Because even bank does know your customer KYC. Here we are doing KYC, know your country. Because we are Indians, and it's important for us to know our country, our constitution, our culture, our art and heritage. So I request all of you to kindly go through your result. You can see your positions here, and then we are moving slowly. So this was the first page. Now there are many other pages. I'm going to share these pages with you all, but top 20, kindly enter in the Zoom. Top 20 who have scored top 20 here, see 54,446. Oh, 100% is also there. Nisha Kumari has scored 100%, my dear. Oh, this is really a fantastic performance. I have never imagined somebody doing 50 questions and all correct. Nisha Kumari must be practicing for UPSC exam, I think so. Then Sunny has scored 86%. Then Ayush has scored 92%. Fayaz has scored 86%. And Samira has scored 90%. So all top 20 students kindly join us on Zoom. And then we are going to have the second round, face-to-face round, where our quiz master, Mr. Yasir from United Kingdom is with us. He is going to ask the questions, and then it will be decided that who is the winner. Thank you very much, everybody. Now we'll move towards the second round. Now everybody welcome Mr. Yasir Malik. How are you, Yasir?
Hello, ma'am. Thank you again for inviting me. And that was a very inspiring talk by sir that I was listening to. And certainly quite a lot of points there that I would be taking home today. So it's not good just in a way that I'm getting in touch with my juniors, but receiving some warm words of wisdom by people who have seen the ages and have been in the field of education for so long. Thank you, sir, for those very helpful and very inspiring words. Yes, ma'am, an exciting day again. And I'm myself marveling at the performance of these young minds, and 100% performance by some students there. So yeah, there is, I think, a lot more in store we should see. Again, I'm happy to be a quiz master today. So all the 20 finalists, I congratulate you. We'll be selecting 10 of you, and then we'll move to a round of quizzes, which will contain questions on art and culture, current affairs, Indian history, and Indian literature. So yes, let's see who's up for the challenge today. Uh, Congratulations, and once again, best of luck. Over to you, ma'am. I guess ma'am is
So
unavailable.
thank you very much, Yasir. Thank you, and it was really lovely to have you here once again. And now, may I invite our historian, the expert for today's quiz, who is going to just observe and then tell us that how was the quiz overall conducted and the quality of the questions and the relevance of the questions. Mr. Mohammad Rehan is HOD Humanities in Hamdard Public School, and he's a very senior faculty member, and he is an expert in this field. So over to Mohammad Rehan. Please share your experiences and share your
Uh,
feelings.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words, and I'm really grateful to you for allowing me to be part of this historical quiz. And I hope all the participants, as you said, some of them got 100%, are going to rock today. And from my side, all the best to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rehan. Now, may I request my two young friends, Mariam Fatima and Mariam Siddiqui, to be with us here. They are going to help us in conducting the quiz. Mariam Fatima is going to be our timekeeper, because for each question we are going to have 15 seconds. And while Mariam Siddiqui is going to be our scorer, who is going to keep the records of the marks obtained by the participant. Yes, Mariam Siddiqui, what you have to say?
So thank you a lot, ma'am, for having me. I'm extremely excited to see the quiz, and I'm very inspired to see the kind of performance that the students have given. And his amazing speech truly made a mark. And I agree with everything that sir said. And I'd like to wish all the best to all the students who are here, to all the participants. And may the best one win. And I know it's a close competition, but participating matters, and you're doing this for your country. So all the best to everyone.
Okay, thank you, Mariam. And क्या Mariam Fatima है हमारे साथ अभी?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me here. And it was a really nice speech by sir. It was really motivating. And all the best to all the participants. Looking forward to the quiz. All the best.
Okay, so thank you very much. Yasir, now may I request you to kindly just give an idea to the participants that how it is going to be, how many rounds we have.
Sure. So all the participants, I think 20 of them have qualified for the second round of the elimination round, which we would say. So we would be asking 10 questions, and then we would be selecting 10 participants out of these 20 participants, and those 10 finalists would go further into the quiz. Now, after we have selected those 10 finalists, we would be asking each of them questions on art and culture, history of India, current affairs, and Indian literature. And we have the scorekeepers, we have our timekeepers. 15 seconds would be given for each question. Questions would be coming with multiple choice answers. You have to answer the right answer in 15 seconds, and we have our scorekeepers, and at the end of it we'll see who's lucky. Yes, so that will
So
be
thank
pretty
you
much
very
the
much,
format of
Yasir.
the game.
Thank you, Yasir. Actually, it will take time for those top 20 students to join us here at Zoom. Meanwhile, I have seen that Dr. Saha was with us. I just saw him joining us, Dr. AP Singh ji. So can I request Dr. AP Singh ji to kindly at least appear on the screen so that we all can see and we all can pay tribute to his a great father whom we all are proud of, and on whose name we are conducting this quiz. Dr. AP Singh ji, जिनके फादर के नाम पे हम लोग ये क्विज कर रहे हैं आज, और क्योंकि बिहार को बड़ा नाज है एक ऐसी शख्सियत पे जिन्होंने फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल में हिस्सा लिया है, और हम सबको एक ऐसा मौका दिया कि हम सब उन पे फख्र कर सकें, और उनके साहबजादे यहाँ पे मौजूद हैं जो उन्हीं के नक्शे कदम पे चलते हुए इस मुल्क की खिदमत कर रहे हैं, ना सिर्फ ये कि डॉक्टर की हैसियत से, बल्कि वो एक सोशल वर्कर की हैसियत से भी, एक फिलैंथ्रोपिस्ट की हैसियत से भी यहाँ पे पेश रहते हैं सभी अच्छे कामों में। जी डॉक्टर साहब। It seems that Dr. Sahab has left us. No issues. He will be joining us in the third session. Okay, so now may I request all those 20 participants, those who have qualified for the second round, to kindly join us here on the screen. Please switch on your video.
अब दुल्हन को
सीधा खड़े पे देखो नहीं तुमसे तुमसे करवाएं।
देखिए जो लोग लेटे हुए हैं वो बैठ जाएं, और जो लोग इनफॉर्मल कपड़े में नहीं है वो लोग फॉर्मल कपड़े में आ जाएं, और क्योंकि ये एक फॉर्मल प्रोग्राम है जो आपको पूरा इंडिया देख रहा है, और आप सब अभी उनके लिए एक स्टार की हैसियत रखते हैं। यू ऑल आर स्टार्स टुडे, सो 20 स्टार्स आर ऑन माय स्क्रीन। तो आप सब अच्छे से ड्रेसअप होके और अच्छे से आप लोग अपनी पोजीशन देख लें। आपके बैकग्राउंड में कुछ कपड़े उपड़े लटके हुए नजर आ रहे हैं, वो नहीं होना चाहिए। एक अच्छी सी जगह सिलेक्ट करें अपने घर में, और फिर वहां पे आप स्क्रीन पे हमारे सामने आए। ये जो टॉप 20 है, टॉप 20 को हम फर्दर टॉप 10 पे ले जाएंगे। इसके लिए आपको एक और टेस्ट दिया जाएगा, उस टेस्ट की बेसिस पे हम टॉप 10 सिलेक्ट करेंगे, और फिर मिस्टर यासिर आपको इंटरव्यू करके और फिर हम फाइनल करेंगे कि फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड कौन से बच्चे आते हैं।
So I can see the finalists joining in, the 20 finalists. As ma'am has said, it will be good if you can just come up in a more presentable fashion and just be on the screens. I would also urge you to yourself for now, and only when you are addressed, then you can unmute yourself and answer the question, because there's a lot of background noise that will disturb the other participants. So these two little things to be mindful of. But you can all be present if you are in a presentable condition on your screen, so that we can all see you who have with flying colors in the first round. I can see a lot of faces, but I'm hoping for more people to join in. So once all of you join, once all those 20 participants who have qualified from the first round, they will join. We will start with our next round of questions, with which we will select 10 out of you. So 10 out of you would be eliminated. Well, that is how the format of the game is. And with those 10 bright young minds, we would be moving into the next round, which will be the final round of question and answer.
Just let's mark the attendance, please. If Nisha Kumar is there, Nisha Kumari, if you are there, just say yes, ma'am. Sunny Singh, Ayush Jha,
नहीं मेरा नाम नहीं है।
Fayaz Fauzan,
Yes, ma'am.
Tamina, Umit ji, Lalit Kumar,
Yes, ma'am.
Nitin Kumar,
Yes, ma'am.
Sadiq Arman,
Yes, ma'am.
Atisha Tarannum,
Yes ma'am.
Mohammad Ehtesham,
Yes, ma'am.
Mohammad Kamran, Kumari Astha,
Yes, ma'am.
Prince Kumar, Sajid,
Yes, ma'am.
Sajid, Tahrir,
Yes, ma'am.
Muntazir,
Yes, ma'am.
Nishi Sharma,
Yes, ma'am.
Vishal Pandey,
Yes, ma'am.
Ajit Anand.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Yasir will conduct one more test so that we can finalize the top 10 among them. So
Of course,
I
ma'am.
request you, when we are going to give them the quiz, you please just read the questions along with that. And this time we'll move to
Yeah.
नजर नहीं है मैम, मेरा नाम नहीं आया।
मैम मेरा
मैम, मेरा नाम नहीं आया।
ये quiz अब जो दी जा रही है वो उनके लिए है जो स्क्रीन पे है। ये जो टॉप 20 है जिन्होंने क्वालिफाई किया है टॉप 20 में, ये जो अब क्विज दिया जा रहा है ये टॉप 20 के लिए दिया जा रहा है।
मैम मेरा तो
यासिर
1 to
आर्ट
ये
कल्चर
5 में है, मेरा
Yes,
5
I
पे है,
guess
लेकिन आपने मेरा नाम ही नहीं लिया है।